welcome to this historic event. Today we will unveil the first brain injury memorial in Canada, so it's a really big day. I am so excited. I can't even believe that this day is finally here. I want to share with you a little bit about how this came to be. About 2 years ago, we were sitting in my boardroom, so maybe May of 2012, and there was a group of us thinking about fundraising, awareness. How is it that there is no brain injury memorial? How can that be? There's so many survivors. Why are we not celebrating that? So we formed an idea to create a memorial. And we thought just because there isn't one doesn't mean there can't be one. And we figured if we felt dedicated to this project and passionate about this project, it would happen. And now, a little over 2 years later, here we are unveiling our memorial. When we thought about what we wanted to do for a memorial, we really wanted to incorporate the butterfly. And we did that because the butterfly is really a symbol of transformation. We know that you start with the caterpillar and it transforms into a butterfly, which is really something beautiful. And after you've had a brain injury, it's a real journey. You may not be the same person you were before your injury. And so we see the butterfly as being a symbol of rebirth and being a symbol of transformation, and it's really showing that journey to something beautiful. And we found a local artist, Jack Bing, who's here and very shy, so he's in the crowd here. And we said, you know, we'd like to get that idea across, and it was Jack who came up with the idea of the bronzed hands. And he said, you know, these survivors really have caregivers in their lives, and family members, and people around them to support them. So let's also celebrate those caregivers. And when I look out into the crowd today, there's a whole lot of you here that really fit that role. So we have one, oh yeah, let's give him a, thanks Mike, let's give him a round of applause for that too. So the memorial has one male hand and one female hand, and they're really outstretched and they're holding those butterflies up high, and they're really giving support to the people in our lives that we love. I need to thank the individual families who have been pioneers, adding their names to this year's memorial. And each year we'll have a butterfly release celebration where we'll add more names to the memorial. This year we have 8 individuals being added. We have in honor of the Assisted Living Southwest Ontario Chrysalis ABI Day Club, and there's a whole bunch of them here. In fact, I think half the club is here, if I'm not mistaken, maybe more. In honor of Debbie Kay, and I think her family's here. In honor of Jason M. Antonio, and I know his family is here. And in honor of Wayne Rosel, and I believe Wayne's here too. And then we've also added in memory of Alex Markakis. Alex was a member of the Chrysalis Day Club. In memory of Cindy Taylor, and her sister and brother-in-law are here. In memory of Dr. Carmela Pacula, and some of you may remember that Dr. Pacula was a member of our board of directors before she had her brain injury and subsequently passed away. And in memory of Edna Catherwood. So thank you to all the family members who have come today and for being pioneers and adding your names to the memorial. And we know there are so many brain injury survivors. We're very fearful this memorial will fill up in like a couple of years. We wouldn't be here if we didn't thank all the people who helped make this memorial possible. So to our board of directors and the Butterfly Memorial Committee, our former executive director Laura Kay and our current executive director Marianne Fedoruk, they have been so supportive of this project. I feel like just from day one, everybody's been on board, so thank you to all of you. To Jack Bing, who has always kept the artistic integrity of our project intact and made sure that this was truly something beautiful. Thank you, Jack, for all of your hard work and your vision. To the City of Windsor, this is a long 3-stage process, but for accepting our memorial. To Kathy Masterson, who's the Manager of Cultural Affairs, who helped us through the process. And to Mike Clement, the Manager of Parks Design and Development, who actually helped us get it to this spot. So thank you to all of you. need to thank Hallmark Memorial, Fuller Construction, and Skip Vanier, who did all the work. There's actually a 10-foot by 10-foot raft under here, full of rebar and a 4-foot pillar. They tell me this thing cannot be knocked down. So, I mean, not that we get earthquakes here, but it should stand the test of time and be here for eternity for all of them, for all their hard work. And this was a very important job. Someone had to sit here last Saturday for 4 hours and watch cement dry. So to my mom, who came to sit here and watch cement dry, she's going to kill me for putting that in. To all of our sponsors and donors for all their continued support of our association to improve the lives of brain injury survivors and their families, and to all the donors who have supported this project, we really want to thank you. So now it is my pleasure to present this Brain Injury Memorial to Ward 5 Councillor Ed Sleeman, who's going to accept it on behalf of the City of Windsor.
My name is Ed Sleeman. I'm a councillor for Ward 5 in the City of Windsor, and it's truly an honor for me to be here to bring greeting on behalf of Mayor Francis and my colleagues on City Council. We are here today to celebrate the initiative you have taken a few years ago to recognize how brain injuries affect the life of those who were stricken and the emotional stress on the families and friends. Brain injuries take on many forms. It affects children, adults, and seniors. We, as a caring community, have an obligation to offer whatever support necessary, not just for those who have the brain injury, but also to their families as well. This beautiful butterfly memorial sculpture, created by a gifted artist, Jack Bing, will be having a permanent home right here in this beautiful setting facing Detroit River, which is a life of its own. The two bronze hands, as what Melanie mentioned, on top of this sculpture depict the release of two butterflies. To most of us, butterflies remind us of what Melanie mentioned: transformation, love, hope, joy, new beginning, rebirth, and freedom. This sculpture will always be on display, reminding the public about those who are suffering from brain injury and those who lost their life fighting this horrible disease. On behalf of Mayor Francis, City Councilors, and Windsor residents, I thank you for this beautiful memorial sculpture that will enhance our sculpture garden around here for many years to come. And thank you.
We're pleased to have this memorial as part of the Windsor Sculpture Garden for all of the citizens of Windsor and Essex County to enjoy. I would now like to welcome Ruth Wilcock. Ruth is the Executive Director of the Ontario Brain Injury Association.
I want to begin by saying that I am so proud and also so moved to be part of this historical event. Brain injury is often referred to as the invisible disability. Even though there are almost 500,000 people living in Ontario with a brain injury. Brain injury is 15 times more common than spinal cord injury, 30 times more common than breast cancer, and 400 times more common than HIV/AIDS. Brain injury is also the leading cause of death and disability for those under the age of 45. And when we look at those numbers, they are absolutely staggering. Yet few people are actually aware of the prevalence of brain injury. Today, with this memorial, those injured by brain injury and those who have lost their lives to brain injury will be publicly remembered in a special way, not just for today, but for many years to come. And I have to commend the Brain Injury Association of Windsor, and I just want to say that your community is so fortunate to have such a strong and dedicated community-based organization. As mentioned, this is the first memorial of its kind in Canada, most likely in North America, and we're pretty sure in the world. And in speaking with Melanie, cannot find any evidence of another memorial of its kind. So when I say it's historical, it really is a historical event. The Brain Injury Association of Windsor has really grown under the leadership of Melanie, and the reputation of what this association is doing locally is being recognized across the province of Ontario. And I want to thank everyone who was involved, including the city officials who worked so hard to turn this vision into a reality. But my heartfelt thanks really does go to the Brain Injury Association of Windsor and Essex County for being forward-thinking, for being tenacious, and being so committed to bring awareness to brain injury, and by it, remembering those whose lives have been affected by it. And I also say I'm so moved by the amount of people here today. I just think that just really goes to show the support for the memorial and the support for the association. Thank you.
It's all written down, so there's hope. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Al Boos, and I am a survivor of an acquired brain injury since 1996. I am also the original member of the Assisted Living of Southwestern Ontario's Chrysalis Day Club. Chrysalis is a day program for those with an ABI. As a brain injury survivor, I am happy that we now have this memorial to honor both current and deceased members of our community. The beautiful weather today reflects on the butterflies, which will be a constant reminder of how we, as survivors, just like the butterfly, face the struggles of everyday life. On behalf of all survivors, I would like to thank the Brain Injury Association of Windsor and Essex for their ongoing support and dedication for our cause. Thank you.
Thank you, Al. It is great to know that the memorial is so meaningful for those in our community. On behalf of the Brain Injury Association of Windsor and Essex County, I would like to thank you for attending today and being part of this historic event.
You are like a butterfly, the caterpillar's dream to fly. You bust out of this old cocoon and dry your wings off, butterfly. Go ahead and fly. Dry your tears away, butterfly.